Game on the line. Who would take the last shot?
Me. That's a dumb question. Me.
Yo, what's happening? Channel 6, live, right after the finals on a Sunday night, where the OKC Thunder just won their first NBA championship. Um, the score was 103-91. Therese Haliburton goes down, devastating injury, right calf muscle, similar to Kevin Durant in the 2019 finals when they went against the Toronto Raptors. I'm talking about same exact way. I'm talking about the calf muscle just exploded, collapsed. Same exact injury, same way. So of course he was done for the whole reason. It just seemed like afterwards they just seemed like the Pacers just gave up. They tried to fight. They tried to come back towards the end. They got on a like a 11-2, 11-3 run towards the end of the game. It just wasn't enough by the end though. But they took it. But they took it. So far, what's been reported by Therese Halliburton's father is a Achilles injury. He's not a doctor, so more than likely he's just relaying what's been told to him by the medical staff of the Indiana Pacers. So that's basically what we can go off of right now. So more than likely, he's gonna miss next season. Yeah, it's not looking good. We're gonna have to see what's going on with that. But once again, if you're just joining, the OKC Thunder wins the NBA Finals Game 7. 103-91. The Oklahoma City Thunder moved to Oklahoma from Seattle in 2008. The Oklahoma City hosted the New Orleans Hornets right at for a little while after Hurricane Katrina. So that kind of got the city's feet wet for NBA basketball. So the Thunder is actually the second NBA team to play in Oklahoma because, like I say, the Hornets played for a little while. So that kind of got a feel for the city, the city's you know liking for NBA basketball. Because that area is more known for college football. The Sooners, what have you. So now they have an NBA championship. They add to that. More primarily, that's probably still gonna be a sooner area, but now they keep winning championships. It might be an NBA area. Just never know. The Pacers came in as the 4th seed. Man, this is rough. This is rough. And I'm talking about they was hanging on. Let me get some scores. More than likely, I'm trying to find out the leading scores of the game. was SGA with 29 points. Williams with 20 right behind him. Chet Holmes with 18. Alex Caruso came off the bench with 10 points. Uh, two good threes. So TJ McConnell, excuse me, Pascal Siakam was the leading scorer for Indiana with 16 points. He did all he could, with Haliburton. Before Haliburton went down, he played 7 minutes, scored 9 points. Uh, he was rolling. He actually shot three pointers. So he was heating up. You just never know what type of what type of game he was about to have if he didn't get hurt. So you just never know. You don't want you want to you really don't you hate the overshadow what happened tonight. With that injury because Therese Halliburton was pretty much the star of this playoffs. He was voted most overrated player by his peers in the NBA. There's absolutely no way he gets voted at next year. He shouldn't have got it this year, but there's absolutely no way he gets voted at next year. If he gets voted at again next year, they were just hating. Really, they was hating this year too. So we'll see what happens with that because he balled. He played his ass off. Just mm. Shea Gildas Alexander is the Finals MVP. Of course, we probably figured that more than likely. Let's say the Pacers did win tonight. More than likely, Pascal Siakam would have probably won the MVP. But like I say, he scored 20. SGA scored 29 points tonight. He he averaged 30 points throughout the finals. 30.3 points, 5.66, 4.6 rebounds, and one steal. He shot a 44.3 from the field. So yeah, that he was head and shoulders above his teammates. So no doubt he was going to get that. He's the 11th player in league history to get the MVP and the Finals MVP the same season. So started out with the Clippers. Then they made that big blockbuster trade that sent them there, with Paul George, a bunch of other moving pieces that sent SGA to OKC, sent Paul George to the Clippers. I think that first year SGA was in OKC. That was the bubble season. The CP3 was with the Thunder, and they were probably expecting the Thunder to punt that season, but CP3 doesn't tank, and they made a little run inside the bubble. So they did their thing, and that first year, that first year playing with Chris Paul probably helped a whole lot in his growth. Um, First player from Canada to win the Finals MVP. He's of course he's not the first. He's not the first Canadian to win the regular season. That was Steve Nash. We'll see if they can do it next year. The landscape is kind of changed already. Of course, you know there's already been some trades made already. This is kind of a big draft coming up, so it's just not gonna. Just don't look for OKC just to walk back in and walk directly to the finals next year. So if you're just joining us once again, the OKC Thunder has beaten the Indiana Pacers in Game 7 of the NBA Finals 103-91. So, yeah, a lot of people was downplaying this finals because they were doing the whole small market thing. You know, it wasn't a lot of big stars in this series. You know, it wasn't a Steph Curry or a LeBron James or a Kevin Durant or what have you in this series. You know, but this is the future of the league. You know, get familiar with these stars. The old guard is retiring. LeBron is on his way out. Steph is on his way out. Even Kevin Durant, who I'm about to talk about in a few minutes, is on his way out. So I mean, it is what it is, man. These guys on their way. They done, man. Hmm. These guys are in their mid to late 30s, and in for instance, situations like LeBron James, he's 40 years old, about to turn 41 in about 4 or 5 months. So yeah, these guys are done. Bear with me. I'm getting scores. That's why I keep looking down at my phone. So yeah, it's done. Simps. It should be noted there was, Jason Tatum had a torn Achilles in these playoffs. Damian Lillard had a torn Achilles in these playoffs. I know a lot of them is attributing it to maybe the footwear a lot of these athletes are wearing. That could be part of it. So they might need to they might need to revisit that. You know, should be noted that Kobe Bryant had to change up his footwear a little bit for a little while. He had lower leg injuries and he came back. That the Kobe 9, he had a mid top and then he had one went all the way up. And I think that was my favorite pair of Kobe's, that really high top that looks almost like a boot. I think the Jordan 30 or the 31 was the same length, ankle length. So, you know, So yeah, that might be one thing they need to get rid of. So that's pretty bad. That's pretty. I mean, and now what would the OKC Thunder do? Like I said, don't look for them just to march right in to the finals next year. It's a lot of moving pieces. Look for a healthy Dallas team next year. A healthy Anthony Davis. They have the number one pick in the draft. They've already made it known they're not trading the pick, so they're picking Cooper Flag. Kyrie Irving's going to be healthy by by the winter, either by the winter or by All Star break. He's going to be ready to go. So they're not going to be a lot of. Excuse me. They're not going to be a play-in team. Dallas is going to be ready to contend, and Cooper Flag, he might not even be the number. He's probably going to be the number three option on that team. So you'll still have a. This will more than likely be his development year. But it does feel good to see a new team get crowned. You know, it gets kind of boring seeing the same team over and over, over and over get over and over get picked. You know, you who wants to see the Lakers make it every year, win every year? Who wants to see the Celtics win every year? You know, you want to see the best product on the floor, the best teams play. But I'm not gonna be upset if a if a new team is in the finals. I'm not. I mean, it's no big deal. You get fatigued seeing the same stuff over and over. I mean, keep it a book. Y'all didn't get tired at all seeing a variation of a LeBron team and the Warriors, or a variation of a LeBron team and the Spurs every year for like 5 or 6 years straight. Y'all didn't get tired of that at all for a little bit. Not at all. Not at all. None. Keep it a buck. Come on now. So it's good. It's good to change it up every once in a while. Just fine. Um, I know. Now that we done talked about this finals, let's move on. We're gonna touch on this before we get up out of here. Two more things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about this KD trade, and we're gonna talk about Night of Champions. So, of course, any movements that you hear about right now, nothing's gonna be official until probably after the draft, because the season technically, I guess, will be over with tonight because of the finals. So teams to start making moves, making trades, but nothing's actually official until till it's official. But as of right now, what's going on, and there's still a couple of things that could change. But the Suns traded Kevin Durant to the Rockets. And the Rockets sent Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks to the Phoenix Suns, and they sent the number 10th pick in this year's draft and 5 second-round picks. I guess the next 5 second-round picks. So nothing's gonna officially go through till July 6th. There's a lot of teams going after him. He narrowed it down his picks to the Heat, the Rockets, and the Spurs, because we all knew Kevin Durant wasn't going to go to no Washington Wizards or Atlanta Hawks or anywhere like that. He was going to go somewhere where he can contend, regardless, or at least he was going to pick somewhere where he can contend. Now, I've been reading places where the Phoenix Suns may try to still move Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. I don't see why. I'm assuming they're probably going to try to move him for draft picks. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that would make sense to me. But in my opinion, the Phoenix Suns right now, as constructed, they got the better end of the deal, especially with that tenth pick. You can trade up with that pick and also just Jalen Green as is, good scorer. Still got youth on the side. Still can be molded and developed. Dylan Brooks, he's not gonna, he's a hothead, of course. He's a defensive. But he's a definitely a defensive stopper. He's not gonna take he's not gonna take a play off. He's not gonna cheat you. He's gonna give you everything he has. You know, another Canadian player, just like SGA. Also, he's on that international Canadian team. You know, so we'll see what's going on with that. But right now, the depth chart for the Phoenix Suns is Devin Booker, Dylan Brooks, Bradley Beal, Jalen Green, and Grayson Allen. That's it. Okay, they got the tenth pick in the draft from Houston. They got their own pick in the draft. They got Houston's second round pick this year. They got their own second round pick. They got their third round pick. That's probably how they're gonna fill their team out this year. And that's it. And whatever G League prospects they have. And that's probably more than likely how they're gonna fill their team out. I wouldn't try to shop. I wouldn't try to shop Jalen Green. This is a uh at least I would say a fifth seed, a fifth seed in the playoffs. I don't see them as a play-in team. The Houston Rockets, you got to think Kevin Durant, as talented as he is, he's gonna bring a lot of leadership to that team. He's gonna bring a lot of scoring, but at the end of the day, he's still about to turn 37 years old, and He's always he could be one injury away. You just never know how things could go. Long term, Phoenix got the better end of the deal, and plus, if you think about it, it's Jalen Green. Why stay? Why stay where you not wanted? Now I don't know if he's going to extend in Phoenix. I would, more than likely he's gonna have. I don't know what his contract looks like. I'm not sure about his contract situation, or if he's gonna extend or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna play. Just look at it as an audition for whatever team you actually want to play for down the line. Just go and just keep balling, keep hooping. That's all. That's all you can really do. Um, I was gonna touch on the Night of Champions situation, but I think I'm gonna save that for when the whole crew gets on either tomorrow or Tuesday night. I'm definitely gonna live stream during Night of Champions since that's gonna be on a Saturday afternoon. So that's a quick in and out. That's something we can do during the afternoon and still have time to get out and enjoy my day. But appreciate everybody who got on. Just wanted to touch on the touch on the finals. But I tell you what, for a little while, okay, real quick, here's my opinion. Okay, last night, President Trump, okay, he bombed a couple of bunkers with new new caches in Iran. That's in the Middle East. Okay, now the champions is in Saudi Arabia next week. Um, last I checked, I thought it was a travel ban. They've already made it known if you're an American, it's a target. This is not the time to be flying over there unless they got some fighter jets escorting them there and back. I would suggest not flying over there. I'd cancel it. Honestly, what I would be doing, I would still hold Night of Champions this weekend. I just hold it in the States. I'd be trying to find a location right now, somewhere in the States, to hold it. And I know they can scramble to find a location. They have it on short notice. Somebody will host them on short notice. I bet. Hell, wherever they having Raw at tomorrow, they could probably turn around. They could probably turn around and do Night of Champs this weekend. But I would. This is not the time to be going over there at all. This is not the time to go. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Uh, a lot of things could develop between now and the weekend. They're gonna probably release a statement tomorrow, since Raw is on Monday, about the plans for this weekend. They're gonna fly out more than likely Wednesday or Thursday, since they're gonna do SmackDown in Saudi Arabia on Friday, 3 hour episode. So, but if there was a time to buck and stand on business about not going, this would be the time, because they can't guarantee you safety. And take it for as a former vet, they cannot guarantee you safety. Saudi Arabia is not Kuwait. Saudi Arabia is not Dubai. Saudi Arabia is not Qatar. I'm telling you. But we're gonna continue this discussion tomorrow with the whole crew, either tomorrow night or Tuesday night. We're gonna talk about it further throughout the week. Of course, we're gonna probably hear about more trades in the NBA tomorrow. Because it's not gonna stop with Kevin Durant. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be more players forcing out. Um, the Indiana Pacers is gonna have to adjust for a year without Therese Haliburton. The Boston Celtics is gonna have to adjust for a year without Jason Tatum. So look for that. We'll see what's going on with that. But I appreciate everybody who tuned in between Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. But we're gonna sign off for now. We'll see y'all tomorrow night during Raw, or on Tuesday night on a regular live stream. Peace out.
You can be anything you want to be. Remember, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't do the right thing, then nothing happens. But when you do right, guess what? Good things happen.